Hello everyone, CrystalFissure here, and welcome to another Spyro video. This time we are taking a look at Spyro 2 Spring Savanna. Now, this is probably the coolest Spyro fan game I have ever seen in my life. I feel like the standard has just been completely raised. This 14-minute showcase that MonacledPotato uploaded it was one of the most satisfying things I've ever seen as a long-term Spyro fan, as someone that has wished for more games, in the original style. Obviously, as technology improves and, generations go by, obviously you can't expect games to look exactly like this, PS1 when we're moving on to PS2, PS3, but that's the beauty of fan games, is that they can emulate, if good enough, emulate the old days in a way that still actually, like, if you want to be technical about certain more technical elements, this actually is better than the original Spyro. Draw distance wise, right, it seems like they're using a different sort of level of detail thing, where basically there still is sort of blur like in the distance, but it's more it's sort of more part of the technology, part of with modern technology, Unity or whatever. This, of course, is completely unfinished. So I just want to sort of say that before I get anyone. I really doubt I'm going to get people coming in and saying, "Oh my God, this is bad." But no, this is really, like, it's not even close to being done. But this is the biggest update of the game so far, and it's the first time you can really look at the game and go, okay, they really know what they're doing here, and they're really going to put out an excellent product. So this is the Spring Savanna homeworld. This is the mythological fourth homeworld of the game, of Spyro 2. Obviously it didn't exist, but there was always sort of theories like, if they had enough time, would they have put in a fourth world? I honestly believe they would have. It only makes sense that you'd have a spring world, after you have, summer, autumn and winter. It makes sense. In fact, maybe if the game was even bigger, maybe Dragon Shores would have been more of a spring world. You could have argued that, you go through the seasons and stuff like that. Firstly, the water actually, to be honest, looks better than it did in Spyro. He's probably using the same texture, or maybe they've modified or something like that. I'd like to know, actually, but something about it just, I don't know, like maybe the water itself is sort of more versatile or something like that. Again, new tech, modern tech, but the design and stuff like that. We have I was going to say Alex Shadow. I'm sure he'd be very proud to be part of a project like this, put it that way. But no, Rubber Rabbit 2, I believe, was in charge of the textures, and we have other people who worked on the game as well. Technically, the staff include MonacledPotato, Rubber Rabbit 2 with textures and stuff like that, Dorma Oculo, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, snoworshine, husbjorn, and MrModez did the music. Of course, MrModez, this is just going to add so much to it when we get to the next levels as well, because for years he's been making Spyro music. Eclipse unfortunately was never released, so his music has never actually been in a Spyro fan game. So now it looks like, barring any unforeseen circumstances, his music will be in this game, and it's very, very exciting. Now, the sound that you're hearing, the background sound, the music, that out of which is quite interesting, and it sort of also like lends credence to this fan game in a different way. But there are the samples from the three homeworlds. I've said this before, but the samples of the three homeworlds are actually just three samples from Spectrasonic's basically this sample pack called Distorted Reality 2. There's there's three different sounds that you hear in each homeworld, and you can pitch them up and down. By the way, that's Celestial Woods. I'll talk about that in a sec. But basically, there was another sound in there that is the sound you're hearing right now. If there was a fourth homeworld, right, in the original Spyro 2, there's about a 99% chance this is what you'd hear, because all the other sounds are just these default sort of chord spectral sort of weird, in like soundscapes or something. Like, I mean, what the hell are they? It's amazing. So yeah, this is very authentic, I guess. Here's Deserted Bay, so that looks like something from Dynamines or something like that. I personally love the fact that they're reusing skyboxes, or can modify them, and then they can also theoretically use the skybox editor that Rubber Rabbit made as well. So if they want to make any little tweaks and stuff like that, they can. So it's like my mentality on fan games and stuff like that is I am absolutely fine with people using their own assets. In fact, I encourage their own assets, but Spyro's, Insomniac's assets. Like, I'm 100% big on that. I remember Alex Shadow used to say that he didn't sort of think that back in the day, but now, having seen the fan community grow and the sort of the talent improve, I think he's sort of seen the perspective that you really can do some amazing things with material that wasn't initially yours, or will never actually technically be owned by you. I mean, this is just fantastic. You can tell that there's a Spyro 2 inspiration in terms of textures. It's very, very, very Spyro 2-esque. But then at the same time, you can see you can see the fact that this has got Rubber Rabbit 2 and whoever else. Please, if you are involved in this game, please tell me. I don't want to just give credit to Monacled and Rubber Rabbit, because if you're also working on it, you other 3 or 4 guys, please point it out and tell me what you've done, because you guys are just as valuable. Everyone has sort of value to the team, in different ways. This room here really just seems like a Summer Forest tribute, and I love it. I love every second of it. It's fantastic. It's quite big and open world. It's sort of, it feels like there's a lot of space, and I feel like that's something that just happens when you are. Oh, there you go. There's an existing texture. And the textures on the walls, yeah, they're the same as well. But that's great, no problem with that at all. But I feel like that's just something that comes with the fact that you can't really. I mean, it's hard to get like all the sizes and stuff like that when you are making stuff. Like, it's just hard to know exactly, like, get the scale right. And I think that in a way, because this is a new game, it is kind of cool to have like a big area, because I guess it gives us more to explore. Now, that was Hunter as well, and the boss has not been revealed yet, but the thing is that there is some serious lore going into this game, as in they're not. There's the guide, by the way. Looks honestly pretty damn good, considering they're not even close to having the animations all 100%. But anyway, like the lore. So this takes place after Spyro 2, but before Spyro 3. So that's why they elected not to add a 4th ability. I believe they said that Moneybags will be in the game, and that's fantastic. That was funny. That's fantastic. Glad to see Moneybags again. We'll see some other guys. We may not see everyone from Spyro 2, and I think that came down to voice acting issues. Maybe not issues, or more like requirements. Here we go. This is Meadow Cliffs. I'm just so freaking excited to see what these levels look like. I mean, a homeworld's awesome, but the homeworlds in Spyro 2 are meant to be this sort of atmospheric sort of thing. They're not really meant to be like this super crazy level design in terms of like gameplay and platforming. I mean, this is awesome platforming wise. There's some amazing stuff coming like in this level that you'll see in a sec as well, like big glides and stuff. But it's a different type of gameplay. You know what I mean? For example, we can now go down here. Honestly, the Spyro model, obviously perfect. Climb & Company still hasn't released anything pertaining to an extractor, like a model extractor. He was working on that, but that is quite difficult. And you know what? If these guys can get this model down pat, they are planning on releasing it open source, which I think is incredibly fantastic, because if we can get a Spyro model to work perfectly, right? That's it. We are set. We are set for the next freaking decades, of like fan games and, people making their own content, and even learning what made, sort of the reverse engineering sort of thing, learning what made this so good and then making it better, because that's what it's all about. I mean, like I've just recently got a part-time job, which should evolve into full-time eventually. and it's, you know, web design stuff. And a lot of it, I've said to my boss, like, I want to look at your completed sites and see what went into the coding. And it's the same thing with fan games and stuff like that. It's great to look into what worked so then you can do it yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's the good mentality of having it. There was also some sort of distortion stuff going on in the like background, and like that sort of was intentional, I believe, to sort of emulate the PlayStation 1, but I think they want to, you know, calm that down just a little bit. But I mean, on this video, personally, it looks fine, especially on a smaller screen. And we've got an orb, we've got the sound effects, nostalgia overload. Ratchet 5's probably had a heart attack at this point. He's probably lost his shit. I mean, I to be honest, when I was watching this, I was just like, what the fuck? My God. I mean, I thought this was going to be cool, but this is just a whole nother level of cool, to be honest. And the reason why he's not just like running around like a, you know, or charging around like a lunatic is because they're not, you know, happy with the charge yet. They don't think it's at like an acceptable level yet. And look, I do agree. It can definitely get better, but I mean, look at that. Isn't that just fucking gorgeous? Just bravo to everyone. You guys are just absolute goddamn legends, and I've never been more proud of the Spyro community now. You know, like for all the stuff I've done, and you know, and other people have done and stuff like that. This is just, it's, you know, is it better? Maybe not. You know, it's you know, it's hard to sort of, you know, categorize like what's better. Like, you know, Alex Shadow's contributions are incredible. You know, you can't just, it's like I'm going to say, oh gee, this is awesome, so much better than Alex Shadow stuff. It's different, but this is just, I think this is a culmination of years and years of, well, both, you know, work on in their behalf. It's been in development for over a year, but also just a culmination of the Spyro community wanting something more, and people having the initiative, taking the initiative to do something more. And I think that is incredibly commendable, and that's why, you know, this sounds like nothing but a bloody circle jerk, but really I am just amazed. Anyway, we've got this Xeriscape here. Xeriscape. This is going to be interesting. I believe it relates to something like people that quote unquote don't have a home. I believe that creatures that didn't have a home in Spyro 1 or 3 or in 1, I don't know. I can't remember what it was, but he sort of left some clues. I'm going to leave it at that for now. I think if you go on the original video, please go, and please, you know, as much as I'm, you know, reacting to this or whatever, please go into the original video that I will link in the description, and please heap a shitload of praise on everyone because they deserve it. You know, give that other video a like, you know, just support it, because I want that channel to grow as well. Like, it's not just about me uploading, you know, their foot. I mean, it's explicitly says in the description that I'm allowed to do this, but I also want to, you know, I obviously have a great platform here to share with fans and stuff like that, and you guys have always been very supportive and stuff like that, especially with the Spyro stuff. But I also would love you guys to give support to the original content creator and the original developers of this. It's fantastic. And anyway, here is a really cool thing. This is going to be fascinating. Astral Speedway. Ho ho. That's like a Spyro 1 skybox, actually. I think it might be. That'd actually be cool. See Spyro 1 skyboxes, because I reckon he used, what was it? I reckon that the other level, that first level there, not the Meadows one, the Forest one, that looked like Dark Passage. Yeah. Anyway, guys, this is it. This is it for the video. Cannot wait to see more. By the way, those Ripto flags will change to Avalar ones. They said that. But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all your support. Please go and support the developers, and have a great day. Here's where the shots can be. It can be anywhere between that there. Right, there. Right.